Yeah.
Did you see Ben Askren?
I did.
Yes.
Oh my
gosh.
God.
I didn't
That's
recognize his face at first.
It's rough. Ben Askren had a double lung transplant.
Do you know, like, okay. I know he had a double lung transplant. I'm not sure what happened. Why is he so ill?
I read pneumonia, which must be the craziest pneumonia anyone's ever gotten to lead to a double lung transplant. He's got hospice face. Like they are readying him to
They said he died
put
4
him
times.
down. Down river Styx to Hades. Like it looks like he is just that bad. Like he's already got 1 foot in death. It like when I saw it, I didn't believe that was Ben Askren.
Do you remember his weight, Kyle? He said his weight. I think he went from 200 something to like 147.
That's scary. Yeah, I guess. I think I heard it cost $4 million or $5 million or something for the double lung transplant. You want to talk about medical bills? I think Jake Paul said he was going to give him $1 million, and I'm sure that like now that video's gone out, I'm hoping that other people in the MMA community will like help him out some. Dana White should be chipping in. Like somebody should be helping or at least doing a fundraiser. Like do a
I'd
fundraiser.
love to see Dana help. I'm sorry to interrupt. He popped in my head too, but I don't think he and Dana have ever had a good relationship, right?
They haven't, but
come on, Dana's a scumbag if he doesn't help him out.
Yeah, it's
a scumbag whether he helps him out or not.
No, we need the Brazilian priest more than ever right now to create a fundraiser for Ben Askren.
You wouldn't need as many balloons. Because he's so. It looks like
Andrew
Jake Paul
Tate offered to pay his
$500,000.
entire. I'm sorry, Taylor. Do you want to?
Oh no, Jake Paul, like Kyle said, given $500,000.
Andrew Tate said he'd pay the whole thing. That sounds like a flex.
Yeah, well,
do it.
He's got all those fancy cars. Maybe he can sell one and help him out.
Yeah,
that is so sad though. You see someone who's like a titan, like you kind of are a titan of a dude if you're fighting in UFC at all. Like you're not only a fighter, like even if you kind of stink, it's like any other professional sport where it's like, oh, this guy who's kind of like the worst tight end in the NFL, isn't that great? Put him in the Canadian Football League, put him in the Australian Rugby League and teach him the rules and let's see how he does. That guy's going to thrash. And now seeing Ben Askren like full faced and like strong and then him like literally looking like he's like a Civil War veteran, like who's been in a tent and all cut up. Like that's got to be like emotionally horrifying. Like your body betrays you.
Askren was really good. Did you want to say, Kyle?
Yeah, I was going to say he came from another organization. He was very good. He has a really unusual wrestling technique. Joe Rogan used to sing his praises all the time. He was like, "If this guy could just come to the UFC," and then he came to the UFC. He won his first fight against Robbie Lawler, kind of. He won the fight. Let's leave it at that. And then his next fight was against Jorge Masvidal, fucking Street Jesus from Miami, and that is one of the most famous knockouts of all time in UFC history. As soon as the fight began, they rushed each other, and Jorge kneed him in the head, knocking him instantly unconscious. It was shocking.
So before the UFC, Ben Askren was a Bellator champ, an organization that was always considered not as big, not as good as the UFC, but the fighters, I think, made just as much. And when the Bellator guys, when the Strikeforce guys came over, they did better. The Bellator guys, they never combined. Anyway, then he went from Bellator with this big name to ONE FC, something like that, One Fighting Championship. And he was their champ for a long time. He went like a decade without being beaten. If I'm exaggerating, it's not by much. And then he went to the UFC at the very tail end of his career, beat Robbie Lawler in a victory that I loved because I respect like heart and grit a lot. Mm-hmm. And then he got the big knockout. And I don't remember any more UFC fights. You're muted, Kyle.
He may have retired after that. I don't remember him fighting anymore in the UFC either. So wish him the best. I hope that some people step up. They need to get a fundraiser together. I would send some pennies. He needs all the best to that guy. That looks rough and great fighter. There's in UFC news, we got Derek Lewis fighting this weekend. Definitely going to watch that. That's a free one. Definitely going to get a KO. Derek Lewis knocks people the fuck out. He's always funny. They asked him on Errol Hawani, if he wanted to fight top 3 guys or he wanted to contend for the belt again. He's like, fuck no, I want to keep knocking out taxi drivers.
That's a good line.
Just a great line. And then after that card, after this week, coming up, let's see, July 19th, Holloway versus Poirier 3. which is Poirier's retirement fight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Did you say that was July 19th?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sooner than I realized. In my head, I was like, is that going to be the DC fight? But
no, DC, that's next year, 2024, 2025, July 4th.
wait,
and then
when is next year?
July 4th, 2026.
Okay.
I forgot what year it was. I had to check down there in the bottom right of my screen. I only look when you're in school or when I was in business and I was writing the date over and over. Of course, I knew the day and the day. I had a calendar on my desk that was meticulous. Like, of course, I know what day it is.
Mhm.
But I mean, shit, they don't even release TV shows on a schedule anymore. It's hard to keep up. I'll write a check and I'll be like, what year is it? Bixby's like, it's currently 2020. I'm like, don't tell everybody I forgot. God damn it.
You know the day and the month, but not the year.
Rat me out of the muffler shop. Yeah, for real. I'll forget the year sometimes. So that fight I'm definitely looking forward to. That's huge. But after that, in a couple months, we've got Dricus du Plessis is fighting old hair lip, Chimaev. Du Plessis fighting Chimaev. And to me, that's the fight of the year that I'm looking forward to. That's the big one. That's the one that means the most to me. Like if du Plessis loses, I'm going to be like sad. I'm going to be upset. It's going to be a bad day. It'll be a bad week.
If Chimaev doesn't show, he's missed so many fights. If that gets canceled, it's the thing about MMA, man. Like the Super Bowl's definitely going to happen. In MMA, sometimes you find out during the weight cut that the Super Bowl got canceled.
They can get creative and throw somebody else in there. You know, I like when we got backup fights. I like that wild card aspect for a certain fighter's storyline, or if like Chimaev is your guy and you really want to see that fight, I see where it's upsetting. But I also like that chaotic nature of the UFC where you might get the Super Bowl, but the Bills get to show up instead of the Eagles this year, or like whatever. Like
that is fun. And sometimes Nate Diaz wins.
Sometimes Nate Diaz fucking wins, or just that shows you something that you didn't know he had, even in a well-fought loss. You know, you get to see cool stuff when that happens. You get Sean Strickland as your champion when stuff like that happens. It gets wacky. That's why I like the UFC so much. You don't know what you're going to get. It might be a shit show. Sometimes it is. But this weekend's a weekend full of knockouts. I looked at the betting odds. There are no close fights. It's a lot of like 1,000 favorites and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of knockouts this weekend. Even Wonderboy Thompson is fighting some killer. Like they hate poor Wonderboy. They hate that guy.
Wonderboy. What did he do? How did
he didn't fight when the guy didn't make weight? The guy missed weight by several pounds, and he was like,
and ever since then, they've been putting him up against assassins.
He's 40. He's 40.
He
Maybe
looks
41.
22.
Yeah, he does, but he's not. He's not. And his fighting style isn't the best for being 40, right? I feel like you need to be quick and like counter punching if you're a point karate kind of specialist guy. If he were a wrestler who could grind people out, maybe, but he's not that guy. I expect him to get mauled.
Santi, are you pretty invested in UFC as well, or just not as much?
I became a lot more invested when Brock Lesnar went down there. I'm like, a guy that I know, and I actually like kind of fell in love with MMA there for a little bit because of the showmanship that was bringing out this genetic freak Brock Lesnar out there. And I stuck around with it for a little while. I fell off there throughout a huge chunk of the 2010s, but I kind of came back to it only recently with WWE and UFC kind of like marrying each other under TKO. But like there's a gap in my knowledge there that I'm still trying to piece everything together, and as I become a fan again.
Okay, because I always imagined a good bit of overlap, but they are very different.
I do wish personally that they all had to go through promo school. Like WWE superstars all have to go to promo school, learn how to cut a good promo. Because like, yeah, it's cool seeing all these guys from I'm not really sure the area where Dagestan, all the Dagestani guys, they're amazing, but like I wish they could talk. I wish they could cut a good promo. I wish they could get me to get emotionally invested outside of just kicking ass. That was always my problem with George St. Pierre. He also was just incredibly boring and he's just like, I'm gonna have a good fight. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Well, okay, thanks for getting me excited.
If you're a super fan, the moments of them being interesting like hit that much harder because they've never been to promo school and they're kind of inherently bored. I think it was Koscheck. He fought GSP and lost, and then he got a rematch. I hope I have the story right. And he's like, if you're like me, you want to be champion. And after I beat you, you're 37 years old. Do you think you'll ever get a shot at this? I am not just beating you. I am destroying your legacy. You will never have the career you aspired to have because you are not going to work your way back up to a title fight ever again. You're on the downhill. And it was just like, holy shit. He's dropping truth bombs on this guy.
That's fucking cool.
Then he did it 2 days later. And it was just like, holy smokes. Like it was inspiring to me. I love that shit. And the Dagestani guys, same sort of thing. Like, you're right, 9 times out of 10, it's kind of a dry interview, but then they deliver something in that Russian accent. Like they show a little bit of humor, and it cracks me up. There's one guy, maybe Kyle can help me. Is it who bought the excavator? Like someone just lost his pound for pound ranking to
Islam Makhachev.
I think so.
I see him in his backyard, like farming, growing tomatoes and stuff in Dagestan.
Just moving dirt around.
He's got a tiller. He's got like a little gasoline tiller in his backyard, like putting a garden in. Yeah.
He bought an excavator, Kyle. I don't know how much. It looks like it weighs 28 tons. Like it's not a small machine. And he's got a pile of dirt that would easily fit in a pickup truck that he's using. It's 28 tons. And I think he just moves it 6 feet and then moves it back as far as I can tell. And they're like, everyone's upset on his behalf because he's now pound for pound number 2. Another guy fought, did really, really well. And I don't know who's pound for pound top. You can make an argument either way. But they're like, you're all upset. Meanwhile, here's him, and he's learning to use an excavator, just having fun with his millions. And I'm that kind of stuff. Like, you have to look for it, on Reddit for every piece of video to find something interesting, but it's there.
I like when a guy is genuinely entertaining, but fake entertaining, especially for a meathead. I see right through it. I don't like Sean O'Malley. I find him to be so boring and cringy and lame. His hair and his tattoos and the whole bit. I don't like any of it. I think it's silly, and it's not you. I don't think that's you. I think that's you trying to be flamboyant and memorable and be a superstar. And kudos to you, but that ain't you. You know what I mean? It's
you like this guy.
Paddy
the Baddy is who I was thinking of.
I do like Paddy the Baddy because I think he's just a weird dude. I bet he's had that haircut for a minute. I bet that's just how he sounds.
His mom gave it to him at 2.
He's like, all right, we've got that part of my life solved. Lock it up. Check.
Just that disgusting Scouser accent or whatever it is he's got.
He gained so much weight. I empathize. I'm like,
love that too.
Go off, King.
Yeah, did you guys see the video of him when he was walking his dog and it took a shit on his?
Yes.
My dog took a shit. It took a wet shit. I can't pick it up. He's at on their Ring camera, just telling them about how wet his dog shit was that he couldn't pick it up. And he's just so apologetic. Like, I'm so sorry, I can't pick it up. And the people on the other side are like, are you Paddy the Baddy?
he's showing it. He's showing them it running through his fingers.
Look, I can't carry it.
like a child. It's like, all right. Well, I guess
Kevin trying to
right.
save his chili.
That's the kind of one that like one rain will take care of. We'll give him a little bit of a break. That is.
Do you have a hose or something?